Good. Linda, I'll grab yours. I think it's just double.
IT.
You not see right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, you got it. That makes sense. You.
Yeah, she's really good.
I'm like taking notes.
It's very hard to like get these into those.
Are my bubbles?
Yeah. We'll be beginning very shortly. Just after 30 seconds. Okay. I now call this meeting of the Madison College Student Senate General Assembly to order on Thursday, November 14th, 2024 at 4:31 p.m. At this time, we'll now call the roll call.
Roll call starts now. Executive Council President Riddle,
Present.
Vice President of Administration Finance Tom, present. Vice President of Legislative Affairs Hashmi,
Present.
Vice President of Team Development Salifu,
Present.
Vice President of Public Relations Jackson Winters,
Present.
Advisor Cole. Present. Blue Trucks Campuses, Senator Avila.
Present.
Senator Sierra Brown.
Present.
Senator Kamara,
Present.
Senator Juf,
Present.
Senator Wilkin,
Present.
Senator Valario,
Villarreal, present.
move to regional and metro campuses. Portage Senator Crowder,
Present.
Leesburg Senator Stacy Bronner,
Present.
Fort Atkinson Senator Dirks,
Present.
Goodman South Senator Bissonnette,
Present.
quorum.
Thank you. Welcome to our General Assembly meeting of the Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting and it'll be recorded for transparency and record-keeping purposes. We're going to cover a few basic items before beginning. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. To senators and other members online, please activate your video and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. If possible, use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call vote. As chair, I'll do my best to call on committee members in the order in which hands are being raised. Lowering your hand will take you out of the queue. At this point, can you pull up the meeting minutes?
1 second, computer is freezing on me. Please give me a moment.
Mhm.
Um,
Landon, if you want to just talk about the meeting minutes, just do an overview while he pulls it up.
Last meeting, we had a special guest speaker, Dr. Daniels himself came in, and we had a big Q&A session where we got to ask him all about his time here at Madison College and what he plans on doing in the future as well. So that was very insightful. And I saw you all got a picture with them, which is always great. So that was kind of the big thing that happened. In addition to that, I believe we just had a short discussion about the town hall and the feedback that Cole got on that. He has that in an Excel document he sent everyone. So we'll be closely monitoring that and making changes as needed. Anything else? No.
sorry, I'm getting pulled up now. I apologize.
That's
All right, here it comes.
And then, Senator Jackson Winters and Cole have been working, and Kai have all been working on getting that flyer ready for the SAC petition. So that is being finalized and, they'll be printed and put around the building. I believe it was next week. And yeah, let's see. I think that was all. Oh yeah, WSG check-in. I don't know if you guys are gonna go over that today, probably, but we'll see. Hopefully that went well. Yeah, that's all I
That's
got for the summary.
Okay, at this point, do we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes? So moved by Senator Bissonnette. Do we have a second?
A second.
Senator Villarreal. At this point, do we have any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we can move on. If no one's opposed to this, we can do a voting unanimous approval. Hearing no opposition in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion passes. Moving on to the agenda. Sorry. Did you pull up the agenda? Oh, perfect. Yep, so this is the agenda that was for today. The only update I made to it is that I forgot to put in VP Jackson Winters. So you can throw all the shit at me you want. I copied and pasted it from an old one, and at that point, we didn't have one. So I'll do my best to check the details next time. So thank you very much. Otherwise, you'll see on there, that's everything that we have. Do you have any questions? Or sorry, do you have a motion to approve first? Motion, I think I saw Bissonnette, I think I saw a second from Senator Dirks. So at this point, any discussion? Seeing none, we can do a vote of yes approval, and if there's no opposition, it passes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we can move on to the next item, which would be public comment. Racy actually can't join us today, so there will not be public comment for this week. She'll be available next week for that, and she's agreed upon that. So we'll send an email confirmation on Monday about that. Or maybe I'll just send out something today and then send it again on Monday, just for good measure. Anyways, for that, we can move on to our team building activity. We could all use some of that. So VP Salifu, Nohaya, if you like.
Yeah, okay. It's not like just like checking on everybody to see how you feel right now. I know it's a long time, kind of like 1 month, we didn't do anything building activities. So it's kind of like describe how you feel right now with emotions. You can go with joy because it's almost the end of the semester, so I'm happy.
Almost got your money too.
True, yeah. So I don't. You want to go next?
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
What am I feeling? I don't know, a sense of unburdened. I feel like I'm losing more and more responsibilities, and I'm ready to, just take a break over winter break. So I think that'll be good. A sense of unburdening myself, yes.
Nice. Want to go next? I can go next.
I am like nervous, excited, and I don't know if those can be hyphenated, but that's how I'm gonna do it. Because there's been a lot going on in my world, as you guys know, with my many roles. And next week is the National Black Student Union Conference here
Wow.
at Madison College for the first time, and we're gonna have around 300 high school students. It's
Oh,
kinda
when?
scary. Huh?
Oh, next week?
I didn't realize it was that soon either.
So soon.
So next Friday, and then on Saturday it'll be the college track. We don't have nearly as many college students, but we have around 80, and that number might be higher for students that register last minute. Hint, anybody that's interested. It's free to all Madison College students.
Thank you. You're not gonna tell me?
I felt like overwhelmed with a lot of projects because the end of the semester. And I need to write a lot of papers, so yeah.
Nice, thank you for sharing. Ilya?
I feel complex. I feel a lot. I just got a lot going on, man.
Want to go next?
Feel productive and stressful at the same time. Productive stress.
Accurate.
Yeah, I feel like this is the calm before the storm for me, where I'm not getting a lot of work, but then the next few weeks right before finals, I think I'm gonna get slammed and it's gonna get crazy, so not looking forward to it, but I'm just gonna, take it easy and keep on going.
Nice. And you? I feel a bit overwhelmed with schoolwork. This is just like a lot of things piling up, but I'm also feeling hopeful for next semester and the new people that I'm gonna meet and new journey. So, yeah. Nice.
I feel thankful every day.
Elon?
I feel nervous and excited because my finals are coming.
Oh, yeah. Okay, moving on to online. The first person I see is Ibrahima, and then we'll end with Cole. Ibrahima?
Ibrahim, are you there? Why don't we come back to like you
Uh,
said? technical-
Okay, well, maybe I see Cameron next.
You wrote it in text.
Oh, okay, yeah, can you read out loud? Sorry, I don't have it.
Just stressed out with graduation coming up in less than a month.
Stressed out with graduation.
Right on.
Oh, graduation. I'll see you there, man. Don't worry. Okay, Angel.
There's only one on the chat. Excited for the crypto market.
Yes.
For the what?
The crypto market.
He's excited
Oh,
for the
crypto.
Yeah.
Get rich quick.
Yeah.
Significantly, yes.
Ibrahim is back.
Ibrahim's back. Is he said crypto market?
Yeah.
Oh, Angel did.
Oh, Angel said crypto market. Okay, Ibrahim is back. Let's just go to Sierra and then Stacy, and then go to Ibrahim last, and then Cole right off. Miss Sierra. I don't think I can
I'm
hear
sorry,
her.
I missed what was said.
Oh, yeah, maybe if you could, if you want to go, and then we'll call Sierra after.
So, yeah, so Stacy needs the prompt. What is the prompt?
Oh, just how it goes. So, no.
Describe your semester in like one emotions.
Describe your semester in one emotion.
Describe the semester in one emotion. Stressful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sierra?
Stressful.
Yeah.
Ibrahim?
Yeah, I mean, my semester is just, I guess it's okay. Having my everything done in, so.
Okay. Thank you. Now me, you said?
Yeah, then you can rinse up.
All right. Semester kind of picks up. My wife had an eye procedure yesterday, so that kind of brought some stress up, but next week we got, our last guest speaker so far. We also have the NSLS banquet next week, so that is also something I'm prepping for, so, it got busy. But, doing good.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. And everyone got to share, right?
What about the people?
I was just about to, I just want to make sure we all shared before we got there, but that's a good question. So we'll go here and then we'll go online. So, who walked in first? Who wants to share?
We
Okay,
have to lend our voice.
yeah, you can lend your voice if you'd like.
Thank you. My semester's been all right, kind of coming to a close, wrapping things up, stressful. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you could state your name.
my name's Elena
Lena,
Elena
Demart.
Demart.
Gotcha. Okay. Move on next. I'll assume you're extending all of it. So, yeah. Okay.
My name is Zainab Ali, and I feel sad that my first semester is ending, but I'm also very excited for my future semesters, and yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. Very helpful. And last one, Mr. Declan, Mr. Rafters.
I'm Declan Rafter, and I'm hopeful for what next semester will bring and for the progress I've made this semester.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Ending on a good note.
We
Okay.
have one online.
Yeah, and Christina.
Hello, my name is Christina Bankhead, and my semester has been busy, but I'm looking forward to the next.
Okay, Christina. And is there anyone else online that that would like to share messages? I don't know, it's nice to have hopeful people end it off. Anyone else? No, no one's here in person, that's all?
Yep.
Okay, that's all? Okay, we can move on. To disclosures and recusals. At this point, if anyone has anything to disclose or recuse themselves of that hasn't been disclosed or recused at all yet, feel free to do so. Seeing none, we can move on. Reports from officers, advisors, and standing committees, executive council and president report. President Brito? Yes, so for executive council and president report, I think the thing to note is that, so this semester, as you all know, for shared governance, because shared governance was suspended, we all had only one committee assignment, except for the vice presidents. Next semester, we will have 2 committee assignments. So there'll be an option to, create other committees that you can work on and form with. But this semester you haven't had that requirement, but next semester it will be a requirement. So you've been focusing in on your one committee of a standing committee, but next semester it might be, public safety committee, or maybe a committee to talk about tuition. Typically, these special committees talk about how to create like a bill or a resolution of sorts and just make some actual change in the student body. So, but because we didn't have the shared governance, I felt, me and Cole talked and, felt like we didn't need to have you do, all double up in one committee, because then it might just be too much people. It's nice to have those small little working groups. So I think that's one of the big things. Otherwise, certain other senators teaching people how to, about how bills and resolutions work and empowering them to create the changes that they want to see. So I feel like we're going to be pushing really hard on that in these last few weeks, as well as into next semester. So I feel like that's probably going to be the goal, about getting some of those actual changes to not only how we work internally and improving that and more efficient and effective, but also just trying to serve the student body more. So I feel like, we've been good at showing up, but we need to, come up with our own things that we're doing to alter the student body. So that's all I got. Any questions? None online? Okay. Seeing none, that concludes my report. Moving on, Administration Finance Committee.
So on Monday, we got no club funding request or payment request. So the only thing that we have discussed is to add a committee report, like a committee attendance report after each committee report in the executive council. And that's the end of my report. Any questions? Yes.
I'm sorry, add an attendance for like who all attended the meeting or for something else?
Just for who attended the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? Seeing none, we can move on. Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee, VP Hashmi.
Yeah, for my committee, this week, we talked about, we had a mini workshop for creating a bill. And then we talked about, potentially creating a bill about later life arrivals, especially in committees. We don't have a structure for that. And how can we take out points, and how many times that you could get excused for later life arrival. So we're gonna work on that. Other than that, no report.
Any questions? Seeing none online? Okay. Well, okay, moving on. Thank you. To Team Development Committee, VP Salifu.
This week we talked about the end of the year trip that we want to do together. And Annette make some research and she found them. We can have a reservation of the room for 10 people, and that would be on like $500. And also we can have like 10 free tickets with that reservation for the water park. Now we also, Annette also has some 10 additional tickets that we can offer to people in case you don't want to spend the night over there. It's totally fine. You can just come spend a day with us and then go back the same day at Madison. So we have like an overnight option right now and just like spending a day options. So you guys feel free to choose like what works best for you and just let us know. That's all.
Any questions? No. Not online? Okay. We can move on. Thank you very much. Public Relations Committee, VP Jackson Winters.
So me and Cole, we worked on the Canva, the town hall, of just what are some long-term plans that we can do, short-term plans.
And we're starting a resolution for possibly doing mental health day. That's still in progress. And that's kind of about it. If Cole has anything to add.
No, thank you. We will share a little bit of the Canva creation just for y'all to see and to be able to briefly talk about the top priorities that we hope to see moving into the future, as well as some other things that came up so that we have a more concise version. However, like I had sent to you all, you do have the raw data format of what were the insights and information that we received from the town hall. And I can actually tell you that we have actually accomplished a couple of them already. For individuals looking to begin specific clubs, we've been getting them in contact with ELT to reform certain clubs. And I think somebody had requested for a Muslim Student Association.
Yes.
That may be making a comeback if I have found the right person that wrote that down. So we're making progress on that, which is awesome. And even if it's not something that it's doing, we're connected to the proper resources. So yeah, we'll cover a lot of that stuff here towards the end of our agenda.
Who wrote it down, do you know?
No.
Oh.
So my guess is it was a group of, I believe, 4 female students that were at Wednesdays tabling. I'll look to confirm because I have it written down by day, but it was a variety of things. They were looking for more pizza, more other aspects, and then someone had written down create. And then I confirmed with Sean Green, who is in charge of all the club stuff, that Muslim Student Association was a thing in the past and that there is potentially some funding that is still currently there since we can't touch that. So that would be something that could be pretty quick to be brought back up as long as the 5 members, the advisor, and the governing documents are created in an effective time.
Nice, okay.
But if you have questions about that, come talk to me as well. I'll connect you with Sean. Yes.
How do you access to the raw, I think you mentioned it last week, how do you access to the raw data of the people who gave feedback?
I emailed it.
Oh, you emailed it.
I sent an email, and it only identifies what we received from that day, as well as the quantity of people that attended, because we weren't tracking who showed up. We don't have like specific names, unfortunately, which is something we could look to identify and fix in the future.
250 total showed up, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good turnout. So, to all of you on that, congratulations, and thank you all for that, because y'all did that work. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions for the Public Relations Committee? Okay, nope. Okay, we can move on to the advisor report.
As I'm always for. Yeah, so advisor report wise, first thing is that you all saw my email, hopefully, that the stipend has gone out, the stipend assessment. Few caveats. One, complete that as soon as possible. Please don't wait till whatever Tuesday or Monday I gave y'all. The quicker I get everybody's, the quicker I can process them, which means I can hopefully get you your money before Christmas. That would be nice. I would love to do that. But we need it turned in because Kai and I will have to spend at least 90 minutes going through each of them and confirming. So stuff to please have on your radar. And again, you just have to email it back to me. If you include Kai in it, that's no problem. But you can email it to me because I will put it all together and then I'll present it to Kai when we sit down together and we will make that joint decision. One thing I wanted to make mention of as we're getting to this point is that we have done a lot in terms of, we've had at least 4 point appeal requests. We know that life gets hectic. One thing I do want to mention to everybody, because this was brought up to me as a question, I just want to be very upfront with y'all on that. Your attendance at meetings, excused or not excused, it's your attendance at overall meetings that you were at least able to attend is what is reflected in terms of the stipend amount. So it says you have to attend at least 75% of the meetings. That's just raw 75%. So something just to be cognizant of, because we do have to walk that fine line of if you've had the ability to have your points excused, but you had missed X amount of meetings, those X amount of meetings still count towards something for your stipend because work cannot get done if individuals are not present and working on it. That's just something I need to be cognizant with you all about and very upfront. Beside that, for many of y'all, you have done this before, but a couple of y'all that have not, feel free to come talk with myself or Kai. We will help you fill this out. It's relatively simple and easy work. My last thing is that as we get ready to close out the semester, please make sure you are in attendance for everything. If stuff starts getting a little bit hectic, please communicate to Kai and myself. And then overall, we want to make sure that we're closing this out strong, as we only have 2 meetings left after today. So that's it. 2 meetings after today. I wasn't able to confirm yesterday, so there may be something occurring, the week of Thanksgiving that might change some stuff up. But, there is no more meetings with me. And there's just the committee and the GA meetings. So we have a short time left to hopefully get some good stuff done, set us up for success for next semester. I believe that is everything that I wanted to discuss. Does anyone have any questions for me? Senator Crowder?
Could you please confirm the last two dates, the last two meetings? Is it November 21st and December 5th?
That is correct.
Okay, I just wanted.
We will not meet on Thanksgiving.
Well,
I
just wanted to
No,
make sure I'm having
it's good to clarify.
Yep, no, yep, so next week, November 21st, and then, yes, our last one will be December 5th, which, we'll see how that meeting kind of goes, only because we do have some people requesting to meet with us, and one of them is actually pretty important, because it's sophomore graduation. Senator Snett?
What will it be like during our winter break?
Yes, so, Senate does not operate during the break,
Okay.
so there will be no responsibilities of anybody, nothing like that. We will confirm, when our first meeting is coming back, but we do come back on a Tuesday, which means we can have a meeting on that Thursday. I have reserved dates from that Thursday all the way through pre-finals. So, be advised, we will make that determination sooner rather than later of when our first meeting will be. But during break, we'll have nothing. You might get an email or two from me of just like, here's some of the changes that have occurred. But nothing that is going to be like immediate respond now. Good question. Anything else for myself? Not mine. Seeing none, I yield.
Okay, thank you. We can move on to reports from special and select committees, VP Top. Sorry, Student Activities Board, VP Top.
No report since there was no SAB meeting last week.
Perfect. Textbook Affordability Committee, Advisor Galileo Couto.
I was unable to be there today. However, I believe VP Sierra, Senator Sierra Runner was present today. And if Sierra, if you were, could you give us a rundown, if possible?
I was present for the meeting. We talked about the faculty wanting to adopt books. They spoke about how to go into the faculty part of the website to get the books added to the class. They made sure the departments are correct and the books needed for course is correct. There are video tutorials available to make sure that your email is available to get the books added. The name is Malia for the advisor for that. And then they're trying to get a default out of stock books to make sure that people can put on a wait list and they actually are in the class. And then the fall rentals are due December 20th. And then the building's closed December 23rd.
Thank you, Senator Brunner.
Thank you.
Questions? We yield.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Moving on to Student Parent Support Group, Senator Crowder.
All right, so we are still in the policy drafting mode. We've sent it out to everyone on the committee to give additional feedback. Basically, we're trying to better define and distinguish the campus and learning environment. And most importantly, we're trying to make it clear that these are recommendations, not something that instructors are required to do, but that we want them to take serious consideration towards these policies. We have added a number of links to the policy draft that we have as well. That kind of highlights some of the policies that Madison College already has. So that if people want a more in-depth on what does this mean, we're also looking at putting some terms and definitions on there as well. Final date for the policy, I don't know yet. I think we're trying to get it done as soon as possible, but I don't know if it'll be done by the end of the year. We'll work on it.
I just add to that.
Yes.
I serve on the student parent communication team, and to go along with the policy aspect of it.
I'm guessing at Whitewater?
No, here.
Oh, what?
There's a communication team here.
Oh, you're on it.
I'm on it.
Oh, okay.
I serve as our rep for that.
Gotcha.
With that, there is effective communication going out, and we're looking to draft policy to best support our student parents that are on campus, as well as we have a standing spot in the Wolfpack Connect e-newsletter from the Clarion that will be processing out information for those student parents on campus as well as at our regionals for support and other resources that are available to them. So I just wanted to add on to that as well, that we do have that going now.
I should add one more thing on there too. I also, with that communication that's gonna be going out, or as part of the, policy itself, I asked that we basically include, some of the statistical data that we got from our students here at Madison College, so that everyone can have a better understanding of why this policy was created, why it was important. So there's gonna be information that was directly taken from student feedback, that shows the different areas of why we move forward with making these recommendations to instructors.
Awesome.
End of report.
Okay. Moving on to inclusion belonging coordinator, vacant. Reports from regional and metro campuses. Reedsburg, Senator Stacy Brunner.
There's no report today.
Okay. Moving on to Watertown is vacant. Portage, Senator Credit.
No report today.
Okay. Port Atkinson, Senator Dirks.
No report.
Okay. And then Goodman South, Senator Bissonette.
Yeah, just something fun. There's a thing called Santa's Wishlist Donation Window. It goes on until December 7th, and it's just about bringing the Madison College students and their children whatever they need, some gifts, and how to donate. You just have to go to the Student Life office or at Goodman South, and you get to pick a snowflake off her tree, and you donate. And you can also donate your time by volunteering for gift wrapping and distribution events. So just a little event going on at Goodman and at Truax.
Okay.
End of report.
Any questions, commentary?
I think last year, if I remember correctly, I think we all did like a couple $1 donation. And
Oh,
I
do
bought some gifts for from the children that were listed. If I remember correctly, and I don't know if anybody would be interested in doing that again. I mean, if you can't put in anything, it's fine, but we could each do like even like $3 or $4 and we'd be able to get something.
I was gonna say for APA, our last meeting, actually, right after we were done, we all went to Walmart and picked up items. So it's $10 each, so it ended up being right around $60. So we were able to do 2 snowflakes and, get like 3 toys per, which was pretty solid.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Recommend doing that if you have
Okay.
the time and money for it.
VP Jackson, signatures.
Do you know where the wrapping will take place?
Let me take a look on the Wolfpack Connect on where I got it from. It just says like the one that I heard about is donation window, which is just in Student Life, but it says here at Goodman South on November 21st, there is a wrapping party. And then for the Truax wrapping party is Wednesday, November 27th. But it's in room C1430, and I'm not sure where that
Is
is.
it Intercultural Exchange IE?
No, it
Yes,
just
it's
says
there.
1430.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's IE, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right across from.
Oh, hi, how do you know that?
Linda told me yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, that's where.
Question for Linda?
Just wanted to add that the drop-off dates, if you're actually buying gifts for Goodman South, it's going to be at room 109. For Truax, it's room B1260, and those gifts are due to those rooms by November 15th.
Oh, that was today. So the gifts are due today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, so if we have to give like some type of money, so we can't anymore?
I think if you have questions about if you can continue with Santa's wish list, do you have info?
I'm the coordinator for
Go ahead.
Santa's Wish List. You can still bring them tomorrow, so you can still do it today.
Awesome. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we can move on to unfinished business, student senate town hall. No one should pull up the spreadsheet and just like go over
I actually pulled the Canva.
Oh, wait, what? Oh.
Yeah,
Done.
it's like 99%. There's some things that are still gonna be modified, but, I do also want to showcase, I'm not gonna lie to you. VP Jackson Winters did a great job with it, and so I do want to showcase it. So we'll make some additional detail stuff, because Jackson Winters and I were talking about it quite a bit. We identified this in 4 groups. I said this, right? Just want to make sure I'm on time.
10 minutes.
Thank you. So we broke things down into different categories, and we went by what are the things that directly impact the students that will have a long-term effect, but also should be a top priority that we could look at moving forward, as we have to do our 3-year plan every year, which is no different for when we get into the spring. Based upon myself looking at it, as well as VP Jackson Winters, this is what we came up with thus far. This is not finalized though. So please, I encourage you, look at that Excel document because it is a little spread out, but look to see if there's something that's important to you. As I'm talking to you, I'll keep looking over to you all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for being here. But those of you in Senate, please look at that. And if something you identified, like, hey, we should do something with this, let myself, VP Jackson Winters, President Brito know so that we can kind of move forward with it. The top priorities we identified thus far, the number one thing that showed up, additional quiet study spaces. Do I know if we can do anything about that? I don't know. But that was mentioned, I would say at least 10 times, that individuals were seeking out those additional quiet study spaces. Having later hours of availability, I believe that was geared more towards reaching professors. I think that was the context given. A couple of the context given were trying to reach professors or make them more accessible. This kind of fell within that same line. As the hours of availability for the building, what time does this building close? Can someone tell me?
10 o'clock, yeah.
Thank you so much for.
I think they were talking about library availability as well.
Was it library availability?
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just gonna throw it to everything. Like they were
Yeah.
asking for additional accessibility to our resources because individuals have different class times. And
Yeah.
also depending on what it is you're doing, you may not have that flexibility. I know many of us, or many of y'all with the liberal arts transfer program, meeting some of our auto tech students today. I just kind of ran into them. They have no time to do anything besides show up, go to class, and then they go to work. But people are looking for additional availability for just accessing these resources, which I think has been a top priority for some time, is making sure these resources are available.
Even some events as well, people like can't make those events that are like at 2.
Yeah.
Like during class.
Yes, and we'll talk about that. That is actually a point, so I appreciate that. This mentioned got multiple times, including by one of our senators. Set the appropriate thermostat temperature, 72 year round.
I wonder who said that.
Summer. It's fair though, because a lot of people did jump onto that. Were like, it becomes a little bit unbearable. I'm born in this. This sucks, but you know what we're doing. Making sure professors give more transparency. If there's anything that I would ever say that we could work on in terms of a collaboration with our now provost, Beth Giles, talking about transparency for classwork, coursework, availability of syllabi ahead of time, so you know what you're kind of signing up for. If there is a notification process where if you're enrolled in a class in person and it goes virtual, are you notified about that in an appropriate amount of time? Aspects like that. Those were things that were being asked quite a bit because individuals were being impacted by that, as well as that's been something we've talked about here. Maybe this last point, and then I'll go Senator Dirks and then VP Hashmi, okay? The last one is the Student Achievement Center continuing with making tutoring better and funding source. We're about to talk about that in a little bit. Senator Dirks.
So regarding the academic transparency with courses.
Yes.
I know the example this semester for me is this is the first semester they're teaching this data structures course that I'm taking right now. And they're working on trying to figure out where that class will transfer to in terms of four-year universities in the UW system. And so I think with that sort of situation, I think that could be part of it for sure, is how that credit will transfer elsewhere.
And I will tell you that we'll talk about the WSG. That was a large conversation at WSG this past Friday in terms of transfer agreements and making sure that that's consistent. So appreciate that. VP Hockey.
Isn't the syllabus and the class and the notification stuff is under Dr. Grady?
Beth Giles. So Beth Giles is the provost who's over all academic programs at the college.
Dr. Grady, my understanding what she does is her team looks over things to make sure that it's like culturally acceptable.
Yes.
She also worked with the Achieving the Dream, so maybe because she was talking about that,
Sounded
that's
like-
probably why,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So,
what I think.
fair question, fair question.
For the academic transparency, I remember I had two conversations with two students specifically about how hard the class will be. I think it even happened to me in my intro to zoology. My professor was like, we'll be meeting 4 times a week. Read the syllabus. See you next time. And that's kind of really it.
Okay.
And I was in for a whirlwind of a time for the 2 weeks I was in there, and then I dropped it because it was insanely hard.
Right.
And my professor just wasn't really transparent about that. I understand we're in education and it's hard. Got it. Makes sense. But can we just be really real about it on like a level of a scale?
Sure.
So to speak. So that happened twice when I was tabling.
I appreciate that. One thing I'll say is that if this stemmed from when you were working, if you have clarity, I'm open to it during the time frame that we do have. Senator Dirks?
I think this would be a good time to bring in alumni and other people who have taken those sorts of courses
Yep.
to actually tell you how they went for them and
Sure.
things to, expect and how you can prepare.
Sure. This doesn't show up on here, but I do want to give kudos from our Senate Town Hall to Senator Bissonnette as we are looking to bring alumni to our PAC welcome in the future to give a talk to those new prospective students about the success that you can achieve while attending Madison College. So the alumni stuff is going. Thank you, Senator Bissonnette, for that. But again, big things are coming with that. Interesting insight. These were things that I think get talked about quite a bit, but again, as a student, I couldn't tell you much about it. Somebody really, really wants more vending machines. That was on 2 separate days. And I think when BP Jackson Winter sent me it, somebody wrote that for every single answer.
Wow.
On the QR code is more vending machines. So,
I think that might have been on one of the days I was there, or someone, I'm sorry, I was looking for my glasses, but obviously I forgot. It's the different areas where, like commercial Ave is really happy that they have the machine there where they can get a fresh salad out of it and stuff, but there are other spots that need it too, where they only have like, chips, like down where my kid is in the welding area. There's chips.
fair.
He had sent this country out. Look at that.
Yeah, this Canva has not been sent out yet, but it is in Canva if you want. Yes.
What is more informal around?
Intramural, no, that's what we get to, appreciate that. So this is the first year, my understanding, that athletics is bringing back intramurals, which is basically, students who are not necessarily part of a varsity sport, so they're not a part of soccer, basketball, so on and so forth, but they want to participate in, some type of a coordinated, recreational activity. That's what it is. So we've had, badminton, I put it basketball, soccer, ultimate frisbee, volleyball. They just want to see more of this. And I know that is their plan. Their plan is to expand this. This is like their first year of just like, is this going to work? So thank you. Good question. More fair spaces, homecoming, music events, carnival and festival. Again, those social events we were talking about. Individuals are trying to seek that out. Time frame we'd have to figure out because you're right. At 2 o'clock time doesn't always work and honestly may not work for majority of the students that are attending Madison College. So how do we begin to expand that? Also knowing that the individuals you're trying to reach have a very specific time frame that they're on this campus, which is very different from a traditional 4-year institution. Questions at all? Can't see online. Does anyone have any questions online?
No, I don't see any.
Okay. Okay. We'll continue. So long term, these are things that we saw where we're like, like it. We're seeing some of it start. How can we participate? Bring in local minority businesses and business owners. So my understanding is the bookstore is currently doing that. They're piloting that this year. They're looking for, someone's looking for additional support for us to provide that. We do get accessibility concerns. And if I knew who had written that down, I'd love to connect them with.
I was me and the public service officer, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Safety, can do that.
Public safety, yeah.
Just looking for additional wheelchair accessibility areas, so that they can get through the building here easier. As it really is just one path you have to follow to be able to access the majority of the building. You have to start in one end to work your way to the other. There's not additional areas like once you get up the stairs by the athletic area or by the gym. That's a big factor. Vending machines, again, I can't overstate that somebody really. And then tuition and scholarship. This kind of stems to individuals. We're looking for both scholarships targeted towards individuals of a marginalized identity, as well as for international education, looking for those scholarships, but otherwise it's just general funding for scholarships as well. Short term, as I stated, things that we may not be able to control, but we can obviously provide a voice for, find out where they have international students find out more information for international students regarding housing and tuition. We have offices for that, obviously, but how can we support making that more accessible to the students? That could be a great topic that we could take on. Supporting the Student Achievement Center, getting the Muslim Student Association started. We said we are in the process of that. And then one of our priorities, I don't know what to call this, but somebody wanted to see a fishing event.
I talked to him. He was
Oh.
like, yeah, I would love to see like maybe pros come in or amateurs come in and show off their gear and tell their fishing stories or something like that.
That's interesting.
So we're fishing. We're gonna bring tons of water here. I like it. Social events, a volleyball tournament, and a talent show. We also did get zombie prom as one thing.
Zombie prom, that's right.
That's great.
That was mentioned once, and I think I know who wrote that, and they were doing it because they wanted to get a good laugh. So, now let me be very clear, and VP Jackson, which can back me up on this. This is not everything. If you want the full spectrum of what all 250 students said, go to that Excel document. But
I also wanted to add that, now seeing it, I do want to make it a little bit more clear instead of just saying talent show or like just one word. I kind of want to go into description a little bit more. So like if someone maybe just joining or someone coming into Student Senate can have more of an idea of what I'm trying to say. So if anybody has any suggestions, I would appreciate it because grammar is not my strength.
I mean, I talked to the person that wrote down that they want to see a talent show, if that's what you're asking.
Just
Like
being
what they
like
said.
more descriptive.
More descriptive. They really talked a lot about student music showcasing. It's all about student showcasing is really what they wanted to see and ranging from different talents, not only music, but they also did talk a lot about having a night focusing on student music.
They sort of did that at the Diwali event, where they had a dance crew. Someone went up and did like a guitar solo. I think someone read a statement. So they're doing that somewhat. Just a little more isolated, but if it could be expanded, it sounds like something they'd be interested in.
Because I didn't know that was going on.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Sorry, not serious.
Also, no, it's okay. Also, before you finalize this document, can you add alternative solution for international students' health insurance?
health insurance? Yes, I can add that to the short-term plan.
Yeah.
Again, we can definitely help explore, help push for the exploration of that. We can definitely do that. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
About the talent show, I know that UCG is doing like a global showcase that is happening like each spring semester, and they're always like request like talent people to come and do it. And I think they still need some talent people, so that is something that can interest like students because I think that is open to the Baltimore, and they're still looking for people to come in. Because when they don't have enough students, they call people outside to coming in.
Right.
So I think that is something that can be like if people want to be like talent or show their talent, that can be like really interesting. I think so.
Sure. I think I'm at about time. Any other last pressing questions? This won't be the last time we talk about this, so I just want to be clear with that, and we'll continue to explore more.
Final question.
Yep.
Yeah, are we gonna keep on getting the Muslim Association started since that's already going? And are we also gonna keep on the Student Achievement Center since we already got a petition?
That's what people said, so we should just reflect what people.
Yeah, so for now, we'll keep that on there. If it does come about that, hey, this is set, we could add something in its place because that priority was met. Yeah, as of right now, this is more we're trying to put this together so we all just have some mutual reference if individuals are asking what comes from this. Because I did have one student approach us of what's going to happen after the town hall. And I was explaining to them how we were tracking the document.
I also wanted to add, the reason why I add the Student Achievement Center is because at the time, we didn't have the petition out, so
Yeah.
like, and also like even after this, there's still gonna be more problems with the Student Achievement Center, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Okay, we can move on to the SEC petition. I will admit that I haven't really done any additional work on this. It's really been Cole and Nevaeh for now to update, so maybe I'll turn it over to them for that for this week. So my apologies to everyone. I haven't been able to update anything on that. So Nevaeh, sorry, EP Jackson, what's yours?
Hey Cole, are you able to share the Canva of the like petition poster how it's looking now?
Yeah, 1 second.
This is the one I found, so just let me know if this is it or not.
Like, has a green icon, yeah. So far, it's looking like that. We still need a QR code. I try to implement like what Kai added with the graph and try to keep that in too. But so far, this is what it's looking like. And I just want to open it to everyone of like any feedback they can give me, just because, yeah.
Are you trying to place the QR code next to the graph? That kind of.
I think it was my fault. I don't think, Nevaeh told me this, and Nevaeh probably doesn't want to say this out loud now, but I don't think we should have the graph on the front. I think it distracts from it. Nevaeh is correct. I think there should just be, that's what they said, it should just be a
They
QR
want to see
code.
a graph. They
They can look on the backside. I think we should have a backside.
Have a
So-
backside with it on
It
there.
might be like, because how big are we planning to want this poster?
Very small, yeah, so I wonder if
I
it's
feel like
that,
we should have it bigger, like it gets your attention.
oh,
If it's bigger,
maybe there should be two versions. One's like a big version,
yeah,
and then smaller ones you can pass out to people.
yeah.
So a few big ones.
For
Yeah.
the bigger ones. would you
A
put
quick-
those?
and
Yeah.
then informative. So, Senator Villarreal.
Yeah, I think, instead of having the graph, we could just put the numbers in.
Yeah,
Having those numbers presented is pretty good.
I think so, yeah. Do you think it would be worth it to have a second page with a graph or?
I think dropping the graph is a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
The numbers.
No, it's just that
the
Alex
numbers have-
Kaiser made that for it, so.
Probably make it a small like booklet if we can, like a 2-pager where you can,
Like that.
Like a pamphlet.
yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You think even if there was a second page, you still wouldn't want the graph on the
I
second
would want the
page?
graph if
The
there's.
graph can go on the second page.
On the second page, okay.
It's a pamphlet.
Yeah, I agree, not on the first page. Nevaeh was correct, so I'm, those are the words that everyone loves to hear.
Pamphlet is the text in the QR code, then the inside has the text in the. graph.
Yeah, so it's nearly ready. I just need to actually look at it. Senator Crowder.
Okay, so when we're discussing 2 pages, are we not at all looking at having something on each side of the page or?
Yeah, on each side.
Okay, all right. 'Cause, I mean, the graph could go on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's, I think we should do that, not on the first page. That's a bad idea.
My thing was that when people scan the QR code, they have all of the information if they wanted to read it. This would have just been like a quick thing, like they know and grab their attention instead of like reading a bunch of stuff. So like, I don't want to read all this.
Yeah, you're right. QR code in place of the graph. Senator Villarreal.
Yeah, I would, I was thinking of the idea of having a booklet like this that opens up.
Oh, like a brochure?
Yeah.
Paul, how expensive are brochures?
Oh, I'd have to look at everything, but I think when I did,
The leadership ones.
40 of
those look
them?
Like a decent size.
yeah, 40 of them came out to like between 18 to 22 bucks.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, it shouldn't, it's less than $1 per copy. I know that for sure.
I think we should run with just a 2-pager for now. Just because, I don't know, do you think you could make a brochure or?
Can I say something?
Yes.
I just
Sorry, I
feel
didn't
like,
see your hand.
no, I just feel like students is lazy to read like the brochure.
Oh, you think people are too lazy to read a brochure?
Yes, because when you have this paper, you have all the information on that. And when you take a brochure, it's like, oh, I can read it later. But if it's like one page, you have all the, like, the essential information on that one page.
So all the essential information should be on the front, including the QR code.
Exactly,
Okay.
so you know what is it about.
Okay,
Instead of like, oh, have like a, just a get information, then.
Yes, everyone arrow through my heart. Gotcha. Okay, Senator Carter.
Sorry, I just have to echo them, because if you think about when we were doing the referendum, our elevator speech was the most powerful thing we had, and then the additional little flyer to get them to the site.
Okay, so everyone, we all understand that I was wrong and Nevaeh is correct, and we take no graph on the front page. There will be a QR code and there will be mixing up some of the words, and maybe there'll be a second page
I mean,
that we can edit.
So
So,
sorry.
yeah, go
And
for it.
I think the graph can still be there because you have some space like next to the graph to add something. Just like the founding of the SEC can be a little bit up, so the QR code can be down somewhere back there.
I think it's too distracting to have both the graph and the QR code though. Because if you look at you can't see it right now, but there's going to be a QR code and then you're gonna be splitting your attention between the both of them. So I think you were right. Have everything important on the front page and that can go on the back if people want to look at it. Yes, so you did, I know, but you haven't spoken yet. So.
Are you gonna add a reference for funding decrease over the past?
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to add.
And then, one quick comment, can you add a question mark in the end? We need to help can't see, we need.
We need your help to support the Student Achievement Center.
Yeah, can you add a question mark there in the end?
Why would we?
Because they're gonna say, yes, we're gonna help you guys.
Are you saying that we should ask a question?
Yeah, instead of.
No, because then people will just say no. They'll just say,
So the way that I
Do
believe,
you-
I think I know what you're saying, the
Yeah.
way that it's written is written as a statement
Yeah.
saying, we need your help. So it's not, hey, can we get your help?
Okay.
The way that I think it's being written is just, it's more of that direct statement of, we're doing this and we need your help. I see what you're saying with it. The way it's written as for context is basically
Yeah.
to say, oh yeah, I need the help, I need help. That's how the context is there. But I see what you're saying.
yeah, I didn't understand that at first, but yeah, I do think that if you ask them a question, people will just say, no, thank you, and then they'll just move on. That's what I experienced. Jose, sorry.
Son actually answered asked the question I was gonna ask, if you're gonna put the decrease amount in there.
Yep. So yeah, that'll be on there. I just need to edit it. So thank you everyone for your feedback. That's what makes things better. So,
Thank you.
yep. Any other questions from online? I don't see any hands up. No one from online? Okay. Okay, looks like we can move on to new business. Points appeal for Margaret Juve.
So, yep, so as we've done these for the rest of our crews before, you want me to run with this?
Sure, yeah, you can.
Okay. It's allotted 15 minutes, so we will enter into a 5-minute period for Maggie to address the Senate and provide context and insight into the points accrued, and specifically for the points accrued. So, Maggie, would you like me to state what the points you're feeling, or would you like to state them?
I mean, you can go ahead and state it.
Okay.
I can explain.
Okay, not a problem. So the points being, right, appealed today. I'm not going to show my email, so I will just state from here.
Maybe you can copy paste it into a Word document, because I do think that the graph you made was actually useful. Or I don't know,
Yep.
just like the bullet list.
Yep. So here. I'm gonna blow it up just so that everyone can see. One reason why it's like that. All right. So a total of 2 points will be appealed today. And so Maggie, the 5-minute period for you to address is there. And then after you are done, we'll enter into a 10-minute period of question and answer. So time is yours. It'll start when you want to begin talking.
Okay, start.
Okay.
So, I want to just say that, everything that has been going on, like, with the points here is just, I have seeing a letter like maybe 2 weeks ago from Elon stating that I have 4.0 hours, like points that I've accumulated, and then I know it's not correct. So starting from when this semester started to this very day, I know that I've been fully participating at the meetings. I mean, I might be late here and there, but for it to reach 4.0, I was questioning that. And I have the right, I think, to question that. So the first time I was going through my logs in, I find out that some of the logs are wrong. I found out that some of the wrong, and the points entered for me, they are not right. So I reached out to Yulon. Yulon told me that if he sent me like a piece of, points stating that these are the times that I've, accumulated those points for it to reach 4.0. I am still saying, I replied to Elon and said, Elon, I want you to look into this and fix it because there's some corrections that needs to be made. So from the beginning, when I looked at the attentive, that day was my first time knowing that we should not like turn our computers off. And then my computer was just off for the beginning because, I don't have like a right connection. Like my connection was going in and out. But for the later part, let's say for the first 4 seconds, for the later part, it was working for the whole entire time. And I was participating. So saying that a point was added, like, to me, like it was just not right. And then that was the first time I know that it was something that is, put out there. I didn't realize that. So secondly, the 10 to the 7, my daughter was sick. She was sick and she has she has bad allergies. So she ate something that she wasn't supposed to eat. And as a mom, like I was totally like off guard. And that whole time I forgot to put it in my house. And the 10/23, I didn't come late. I came in on time. And when I was leaving, it was maybe, we started like the RA meeting from 3, maybe let's say 3:35. As a woman, we have a monthly stuff going on. I was sick. I got excuse from Hassan and he granted me that. So I left. So that's the other 5. And then the 29th, I have Thursday's class. I did agree with Cole that I was gonna come after my class, like I gave Cole the time, but with schedule conflict and so much things going out of my mind, like from the climate and weather class, which I'm in with that with Lena, we are in the same class. It ends at 11:15. I walk downstairs, meet that these people are having borders, which I get carried and forget that I was supposed to be at town hall. I sat there talking to Hassan and I forget totally, I'm a human being. And by the time you know it, Cole came and said, you're supposed to be doing town hall. So I ran there. I ran immediately there. I went, I stayed, and I said, since I was late coming in, I stayed an extra 30 minutes. And then when I asked Sky, why did we have general meeting? He was saying that the student asked for break, so we're having a break this week. So for me to see that a point was added after that, I didn't understand, like I was confused. And then, like I said, from 4.0 to 265, I mean, people should be in my shoes. You would question what is going on. You will question what is really going on because I know I didn't have all this point. And then it has been fixed from 4.0 to 265 right now. It's 265. So for me to have that long email saying that I have to appeal for my points, that I accrued like 4.0 and it's not correct. This means something is going on in the Sonnet that is not right. The people are putting in wrong points. for people and that we did not even have, like we did not even accrue. So, which is wrong. For me, it's like unfair treatment. It's like a discrimination. That's the way I feel as a person. Because I know the times I've been coming to meeting, I'm fully participating, I voice out, things and then ask questions.
Move on
For,
from this.
for,
The time's up. Cool.
Yeah, that was our 5 minutes. I'll let you finish that thought, because go ahead. I'll let you finish that thought, and then
Yeah.
we'll have to move into,
So that's the whole issue that has been back and forth emailing between me and Kai, back and forth, me trying to fix my correction. And I think it shouldn't be even pushed to that extent. But if I have concern, as adults, as a team, we should be able to sit down and try and help me fix it. It shouldn't be escalate to writing bills, trying to get rid of me. It's just too much. Please try to understand where I'm coming from and take these things in your shoes, like be in my shoes and, try to understand what's going on.
thank you. We'll now enter into a 10-minute Q&A session, and we will begin now.
Can we pull up some of the reasons why they were given? Why the points were initially given?
Can you be more?
Yeah, so for 9-5, the reason why it was marked attentive, yes, you did turn your video on, but for more than 40 minutes of the meeting, you weren't on camera for that one. If you want to pull that up and just, kind of go through the video and show how she wasn't on camera, it's on camera where you can't see her in the room and she's clearly focused on something else during the meeting for 9-5.
Why don't we continue while we do that? 'Cause I don't have to.
I don't think anybody have that time either, so I'm just
We
trying.
made
to
time,
say-
we made 10 minutes for this.
I'm just saying, I'm stating what really happened. I'm not here to be going back and forth with you guys.
So again, it's
And
question
this
and
is my
answer.
time
It's-
to appeal.
This
So
is
now
10
let's
minutes
continue
question.
that. It's question and answer. That is what is there. So we have any questions for Maggie regarding the points, any of the information that Maggie provided for clarification?
Are we not gonna provide why they were given first? Like, because I feel like people need that context as well.
So that's what people can ask. People can ask why specifically was this, so we can give that, but this is the time, this isn't an open discussion, this is the question and answer section, if that makes sense. So
Shouldn't people know why they were given? Because it makes it sound like they were wrong to begin with.
no, so say, so,
I'll ask that question.
okay,
Can we have that brought up, the
Yes.
records?
so you want to ask a question as to the specific instances and wants, yes,
Please
we can see the question has been raised for the specific instances, yes.
Thank you.
Like I said, give me a moment because I have to pull back.
Okay, yeah.
I'm happy
So
to-
The reason why for 10-7, there was a week to enter in the office hours logs for that. So you had an entire week to do that. So if you didn't enter in the hours, you had a week to do so. And you could have messaged about it immediately after about missing it, but we didn't receive any message for that. For 9-23, right about the 36-minute mark, I have it on video, her saying, oh, I have to leave to go to a writing center appointment. So she wasn't due to anything. And Hassan, did you receive any sort of message from her about that? For that meeting?
For the writing center thing?
For 9-23?
I can't recall that right now.
Okay, I don't believe you were at that meeting, so,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the one of the earliest meeting,
no,
For the committee.
9-23, or sorry, 10-23.
I can't recall.
I didn't say I was going to the writing center. That's untrue.
So we can pull up the video and you can see the timestamp from 10:30, from 36 minutes to 36:12.
This is what you're wanting to see. This is what I'm being asked to provide.
Yes,
So the meeting from
this is 9-5, yeah,
9-5, is this what we're talking about? Yes,
yes,
okay,
the first one.
okay, so you just want me to play it? Is that what?
Yeah, just skip around to the moment, show the areas where I mean, Cole, you identified this as well, correct?
So when the question was brought up to me of, was there a time period in which we had individuals that weren't present, like actively participating in? Yeah, so we had a few individuals at this meeting, which was the beginning of us trying to talk about that. So at the time that I identified it, Maggie, this is Maggie's camera section. Here, just because I was part of it, I just think I'm trying to be careful on that. But as we kind of move through, again, I mean, we can't watch all 2 hours. of
Yeah, no,
this.
just skip around it. No one's gonna
Alright,
skip,
so,
watch 2 hours.
I'm gonna jump, okay, 6 minutes.
Oh.
That's fine. I don't really much know outside of, if you want me to
Yep.
jump, I'm jumping. So,
It's about a 40-minute period right there.
Where did Sylvia go?
so some of the people dropped off, so that's why the only reason this could be brought up is because I began watching, because the question was brought up at this time for were individuals being attentive or not. That's all that was being brought up to me, so this is me reviewing it. I don't know why it cycles like this, it's whatever shows up on here, so I'm just telling you, like, this is what.
So my camera is on.
Yeah, but
the camera's
you're,
on.
yeah, the camera's on, but I don't see anyone there.
I was there, I was looking through and,
Yeah, here I jump to this one.
Yep, and then back.
Maggie, you're there?
So the back front.
Okay,
doing that.
so,
So that's for the first one.
okay, and then this was, okay, so am I done with?
Yeah, they're done with this one, yeah. For 10-7, it's really just, there's nothing, no evidence, just Maggie, I had heard that Maggie said that you admitted that you forgot to put in the hours. So that's just on you. And everyone here has forgotten to put on hours, but when people forget, typically they just say, you know what, I forgot. That's how it goes. And I haven't really received any requests from anyone about forgetting hours because people say, you know what, there was a deadline and, I didn't meet it. So there's that. For the next one, the 9:23, if you want to go into the Legislative Affairs Committee meeting, right at the 36-minute mark, you'll listen to audio of her saying, oh, I have to go to a writing center appointment.
So I'm trying to find, apologize.
And then the day of the voting, early voting celebration day on campus, as she said, she was talking to Hassan. She was eating food at the event during the time she was supposed to be at town hall and talking. And once Cole came by, then she actually did leave and run. She's right, but she was still late. And everyone else made it to their town hall on time.
I was late because I forgot. That's what I stated. Not like I did it intentionally. As I was going downstairs, I saw Hassan and I was stopped and was talking to Hassan. So that's what I stated. And then you said that it's a break. So that's the
Well,
whole point.
Yes, you're right that there was no General Assembly meeting that week, but that was to ensure that people went to their town halls, which everyone else did.
What was the date on that one?
That was
That's the time me and you were doing time.
10:29.
Okay, I'm gonna try and play I'm gonna be honest with you, it might start screeching, so I'm just gonna be upfront with you all on that.
Yep.
Sean shaking his head is probably gonna screech at me, so. Let's see, what is the mark that I'm supposed to hit?
36. Just play it through.
How much time do we have left?
3 minutes and 14 seconds.
Yep, just play it through.
Sorry,
No.
I lost track.
All right,
But yeah, we should be strict about it. Kai, you said you were gonna end the meeting. I have to go to the writing center. I have appointments, so I gotta go.
So that directly contradicts with the statement that you
Yes,
just made.
excuse me.
So that's it. That's all you need.
I said that, Hassan, did I not say the story that I'm not feeling well?
Hassan wasn't there during that meeting.
It's not the same day that I was feeling too, because I have a day that I wasn't feeling well.
That day,
Yeah,
both
and-
Cole and I agreed to give you an excuse for because.
Yeah,
you just
that's
said-
not the day, it's a mistake. That's not the day I'm talking about.
Yep, both. That's why your points went down because both Cole and I decided to just let you have
That's
it.
not, that's
So-
not the day that I was.
point of clarification.
Because that day you were not there.
I'm being brought into this, so is the date in question the one that you and I had talked about in which Hassan granted you the ability to leave the meeting? Is that the date you're talking about?
I'm talking about that, the day
Yes.
that Kai wasn't there.
Yeah, but it was the day that Hassan said that you were able to leave and that we were determining if the excuse could happen or not.
I also was there though.
You were given the excuse. That's my email that I had sent
Yeah,
out.
that's the one I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this one.
Oh, okay, so I
I'm
just
not
want to
talking
be
about
clear,
that,
as I'm
so-
being brought up into this, that meaning you're talking about right now, that was excused.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But this other one, like I have a writing center appointment that they did close around that time, so. Yeah, I want this point to be taken too, because I have a really huge assignment and then the writing center people, they close around the same time we have meetings, so I have to take like a excuse and go and.
Well, that's all my points for that.
Okay, so we have 90 seconds left. Annette?
I guess my only question would be, as someone who's worked in the Writing Center and been a peer fellow, why did you choose to schedule your appointment, during the Senate meeting?
Because that's the only time they had available, they usually book.
That's correct, they do book up.
Mhm.
So how much time, how far in advance do you set your meeting?
What time do you usually end? You mean what time?
Yeah, like how, so like if your meeting was on Thursday, did you put it in 2 days ahead of time, a week ahead of time?
I put it like in the week ahead of time, because what happened was they were broke and they didn't have a walk-in. And it was our team for the meeting, not the Senate. Yeah.
Do you have any last questions?
Yeah, we have 27 seconds. Are there any other questions? I'm looking online as well.
I guess.
One final question, if that's fine.
Yeah, make quick.
Final question.
Yo. You said that we feel discriminated against. Could you elaborate on that just a little bit?
No, what I mean is like, from stating the points that was accrued by me, like, to send me the email, to trying to fix those things, coming up to saying they're gonna remove me from the Senate is what I was saying. That's the kind of, like, every person here have things going on, and we usually have points and appeal them, and then sometimes we question the points put in because it's not right. And that was what I was trying to fix. And there was going back and forth with me and Kyle, to the extent of him putting up a bill saying that he's gonna remove me. That's what I was saying. That's what I feel.
So that is it. We are finished with our question and answer period. So what we will move into next is a closed ballot vote, majority rules. You have three choices. You can vote in favor of approving the appeal of the 2 points. You can vote not in favor of approving the appeal of 2 points, or there is an abstention. So please give me a moment as I will get all of our stuff up here. Yes?
I just want a clarification. Are we doing all 3 of the points together or individually?
So the last time we did this process, they were all together.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to stay consistent with that aspect.
Just didn't remember what we did.
No, not a problem. I appreciate that. Yeah, there is no dictation at this time within our bylaws. So let me move to here. I will put this in the chat once I can get it up. All right. It is now in the chat. I will share it on screen here as well as a QR code. If it works, please work. All right. Everybody has the ability to vote. We will take 90 seconds, and then I will have VP Tal and VP Hashmi approach to verify our votes, to verify the results, I should say. So, and again, it is majority rules. I'll remove this in 30 seconds. Everybody does need to vote that is present at this meeting. And again, you have 3 choices: voting in favor of approving this appeal, voting not in favor of approving this appeal, or abstaining. And actually, Sean, can you come up here real quick so I can ask you a question? I'm going to stop sharing now. Oh, I see what you're saying. I think so. Let's look up here quick. Clarify one thing.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty, VP Tao, VP Hashman, can you approach my computer, please? I'm sorry that this monitor is so low, I can't use it without it.
It's kind of true. What is that?
Verifying, so how many people do we have present today?
Oh, like no moisture. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give 30 seconds if you have not voted yet to vote. Okay.
And you can vote for yourself.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can vote for
Yes,
yourself.
everybody has.
Why is
the
the QR code?
I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second to verify this and I'll pull it up, just because I want to make sure we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14.
Online?
We counted everybody online.
Lando, but he's not.
Yeah, Leno is not here.
Is that what you were thinking of? Okay. All right, I will pull up the QR code quick. Go ahead. Think of this as closed ballot. Verify. And we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Now that everything is in, to verify. Yeah. I'll confirm this one. We're gonna have verified by VP Hashmi and VP Tao. The vote is majority not in favor of approving the appeal. The points will stand. So the 2 points will stand that were appealed for the results here. So verified by both, that moves us out of the appeal process as this has now been finished and confirmed.
Okay.
So at this time, we will all turn over to you to move us into the next point.
Thank you. Moving on to a next item of new business, bill number 1, conduct unbecoming of a senator.
So I'll take on over for this. Is that good?
Please. Sure.
Yes. So to abide by within this process, I'm also going to be reading from Article 5. So if you have your computer up and you would like to review the bylaws and constitution, I advise everybody to do so. I'll be reading from my book. I will not be sharing it on screen so that I'm consistent with this. Everybody was provided 24-hour note, at least 24-hour notice of the bill being brought forward as confirmed through the email sent by President Brito about bill number 1 for conduct unbecoming of a senator. With that, what must occur now is that there must be a formal motion to bring this bill to the table, followed by a second.
Oh, you read it first.
I thought we read it afterwards because we can't even talk about it if it's not even brought to the table.
You sure?
I make a motion to bring this bill to the table.
Our second.
So motion, primary motion made by Senator Crowder, seconded by Senator Villarreal. We will now move into immediately a secret ballot vote to bring this to the table.
Okay.
Yes.
To clarify one thing about what bringing it to the table means to make sure everyone understands that.
Feel free.
Okay, so bringing it to the table allows us to review the bill itself. and to have some discussion on it.
Yep.
It's not voting, against or in favor
Yes.
of the bill itself going through. So it's just about, let's talk about this.
Is it possible for her to talk briefly about the bill for the people who doesn't know what's going on?
No, I can't talk about the bill. No one can talk about the bill. No one's talking about the bill, I guess, so.
Until we vote.
Until we vote. Everybody on Senate was sent this 24 hours in advance.
Yeah, I was talking about the guest.
The guests don't have a,
Yeah,
role
they
in
don't vote,
this,
so.
so they're just here to observe. So here is what is going to occur, is that through a secret ballot vote, majority rules, you are going to be asked, do you want to bring bill number one, should I say 001 or 1? Let's say 1.
Sure.
Bill number 1 to the table. If the majority is in favor of bringing this bill to the table, we will immediately move into our next process. If the bill is voted not in favor, if it's not in favor of bringing the bill to the table, this process will end immediately. There is an abstention. Be advised of that. So. Go to the URL. I will download the QR code, and it is going to be simple majority vote to move us into this. Please provide me 1 second, and I will put the link in the chat. Link is in the chat. The QR code is now present. Edit my image using AI. No. Again, this is going to be majority vote, majority rules in this vote for secret ballot. And we will talk next steps after this vote is verified by myself, VP Tao, and VP Hashmi. I'll leave this up for 30 seconds. I'll take it down. Okay, I'm taking the QR code down now. I'm gonna give everybody 1 more minute to vote. We are missing 1 person.
You can vote for yourself on this one too.
Yes. Everybody on secret ballot votes has the ability to vote.
And we're still going with 14 as the number, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, VP Tao, VP Hashmi, please come up here. Verify that for me. Ben. Okay. We'll now stop voting. So, for bringing this bill to the table, the majority has voted in favor of bringing this bill to the table to discuss. So, what will occur next is that we can enter into an immediate discussion on this.
Don't we need?
Yes, no, now you can read.
read the
Yes,
bill?
now you
Yes.
can. I'm just stating. So the bill will now be read. I apologize.
Yeah.
The bill will now be read and we will enter into an immediate discussion. No vote will be passed tonight on the outcome of this bill. It has to remain open for a minimum of 1 week. So be advised of that. It has to remain open for a minimum of 1 week. So at this time, yes, I apologize. I will pull up the bill.
Would you like to read it or?
I would like to make a statement before reading the bill, or make a statement before you reading. the
I'll leave it
bill.
to Cole.
Is
since
that
you're-
allowable?
Because it was made known that we do need to read the bill, I do believe we do need to read the
Okay.
bill.
Then I'll make it after we read the bill.
Okay. Okay, so, folks online, can you read this or do I need to zoom in?
I think you should zoom in.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, Cameron, I can see you. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can read this? Thank you. All right.
All right, Article V5, Section 2, Procedure of Dismissal of an Officer of the Student Senate bylaw states, at times, it may be necessary for the Assembly to dismiss a member of the Senate for reasons other than attendance or due to sanctions by the Madison College Student Conduct Board. 2, on Thursday, June 13, 2024, Senator Jude did not listen to President Burrito and Advisor Cole, during the meeting to respect the time limit for questions and to only ask one question, which broke, I really should, sorry, yes. And which broke the order of speaking and also the scheduled time for public comment, causing Senator Dirks to lose his question privilege because the speaker had to leave. 3, on Thursday, September 12, 2024, Senator Juice mishandled Senate communications and responded to an email chain about take down Student Senate September 11th Memorial Flag Event 9/12/2024 with the Veteran Club members included and proceeded to write, this is not the military and we are a team of the Student Senate. 4, on Thursday, October 24, 2024, Senator Juice went over the scheduled time several times while asking very combative questions with a rude tone to our guest speaker, Brian Woodhouse from the Madison College Foundation. 5, on Tuesday, October 29th, 2024, Senator Jude came about 30 minutes late to her scheduled town hall, tabling time, instead opting to eat food at the National Vote Early Day event on Truex campus. 6, on Monday, November 4th, 2024, President Burrito sent an email informing Senator Juve that she would be marked as late for her coming late, okay, there's an extra word in there, to the town hall event and she responded telling him, please stop being petty, along with the entire message of complaints. On Wednesday, November 6, 2024, in an email chain, Senator Juve asked for points back multiple times to VP Tao and VP Hashmi, despite the fact that Advisor Cole, President Burrito, VP Tao, emphasized several times that the power to grant excuse absences rests in the senator with the Senate advisor and the Senate president, and that she could opt to appeal those points during the General Assembly meeting. 8, on the same day, Senator Juve accused Vice President Tao of not doing his job and suggested he step down from his position in the following statements. A, this is your position and responsibility. That is why I wanted to meet it with you and fix it. If you think things are overwhelming for you, I would advise you step down from your position and let someone else answer me or help me. B, I see that you are not doing I think it's supposed to be your duty properly. 9, after being informed that our statements were rude to VP Tao, Senator Jude then said to President Burrito, you are the disrespectful one here, and doubled down stating, I won't apologize to Elon and stop using him causing all this drama. 10, on Thursday, November 7th, 2024, requesting a meeting with Advisor Cole and Vice President Hashmi, Senator Juve came approximately a half an hour late to her own scheduled meeting and caused each of the other participants to wait for her despite the fact that she was the one who called the meeting. 11, since the start of the 63rd session of Student Senate in May 2024, Senator Juve has been granted a total of 4 excused absences for office hours, committee attendance, and General Assembly meetings. 12, for the instances listed above, we, the members of Senate, believe that Senator Maggie Juve has acted with conduct unbecoming of a senator and should be removed from office. Section 2, additional information. An email folder with PDF copies of relevant Senate emails and office hour logs, update records has been created and is available for viewing in the SharePoint folder at the following file path, and then the file path is there. Next bullet point. Previously, during summer session on Monday, August 12th, President Garrido has advocated on behalf of Senate Margaret Juve to give her the benefit of the doubt and credit her hours that she claimed she had done. Bullet point. For some of the incidents listed above, Senator Maggie Juve has issued email apologies admitting her improper behavior, which includes the Veterans Club, an email on September 12, 2024, and the email to Vice President Tao on November 7, 2024.
I believe
That's the conclusion.
that is the conclusion. Now that the bill has been read, we will enter into a period of discussion. There is no time frame allotted for the discussion. The discussion will end when it is deemed so, and then this will continue into next week. So I now move us into that discussion period. And so with that, obviously it's open for all. I do know that Maggie had approached me stating that she had some points related to what was stated in the bill that Maggie would like to address. And so Senator Crowder, you did mention you would like to make one statement. I'll allow you. And then Maggie, the floor will be yours to address the statements per your statement to me. Go ahead, Senator Crowder.
Thank you. So I don't have anything officially prepared. Maggie and I have a long history. We're not enemies, we're friends. My concern here is the Student Senate as a body. Our reputation is everything. What we do and how we act on campus determines how seriously people take us. That's why I decided to support this bill, because I didn't feel that Maggie was representing us in the best, and I won't even say best. I didn't feel that she was representing us as well as she's capable of representing us. Thank you.
Senator Juve, the floor is now yours.
Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna say that the wording here is personal attack from me and Kai having back and forth in emailing, and sometimes I would admit that I did not read the entire email because it's like a long email. And being a student, having so many things happen, like in front of me, like my schoolwork, my projects, like Yelon was trying to explain to me that he didn't put those hours in. It's Kai. I didn't get that right. And then I'm asking Yelon question. Yelon didn't answer me right. Like he looked confused. So then I apologize, because I am just trying to state that all of these things that happened was in the previous past, and me and you had conversations. We have conversations, and then I have apologized to Yelon. And then I said it was Kai that was instigating this whole situation, because it started from my points being 4.0 and it was corrected down to 265. So that means I was making a valid point that my points were not 4.0 for me to appeal them in the first place. So the second instance is like me and Kai have a history of going back and forth. And then it has happened since last year. And then I have to personally like look for ways to bring like matters to Ellie, the ex-director of student, Renee. And then I was directed to human resource. That's when I stated that I felt always been attacked by a guy personally. And then if I try to express myself, he sees it as I'm being rude. And that's not my intention. I'm just trying to communicate. We're from different backgrounds. And some of the things he explained in the email, I don't understand, I have to admit. When sometimes we sit down, and it wasn't just me having that like problem of communication through emails. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have still been provoking me with emails, and I've not responded because I don't want to react and people say that, and he will use that against me. All of these things is Kai that came up with it because he has personal issue with me. And I think if he have personal issue with me, we could sit, me and him and you, and then clear it out rather than writing a bill just to state some of the wording is just totally wrong because this is not what happened. What really transpired, I can explain one item at a time to you guys so that you will understand what really happened. So the first one, I said that I wasn't listening to on Thursday, I wasn't listening at the general meeting to him or you. That was unfounded because everyone is here. Meetings, when it happens, I raise my hands just like any other person, and I ask questions when given the chance. I was never rude to him. He in turn is rude to me when we have our legislative meetings. He will shut my mic off when I'm trying to speak. He will ask me not to speak, and then these are the times that those meetings are being chaired by Hassan. So me and Kai basically sometimes we pushing and pulling, and it's never on a general meeting because general assembly meeting people have turns in speaking, and you guys all are here. So that first one is totally untrue, and the second one is like my questions are never that much because, like I stated, I am giving chance just like every other person, and I raise my hands. And I raise my hand just when I speak. If not, it's school that coordinates those things. On our general meetings, you guys know, it's school that controls the meeting and who speaks. So that second statement is false. And the third one, like he was saying that I was mishandling Senate communication. No, that's not true. It's just me and him. He will bombard me with long emails and then try for me to react. Most of the time, I will write back stuff, but it's not like I am being rude. I'm just trying to, like, because of we have different background and way of communication. I try to respond to those emails that he's sending me. Sometimes I'm like, hi, you overdoing things, hi. And then sometimes he called me disrespectful, and I'm not being disrespectful. You are the petty one here because you're always provoking me with emails. You always like sending me stuff that you're not supposed to send me, not you. This is not your position. Those are the things that I always tell Kai. And then when I look at the other people around, like on the Senate that he favors, because I think I have these people on the Senate that he favors and treat them better and then will not put up hours for them. I would turn that out to him. Like I would tell him that you're putting in hours for me that I have not accrued, but your friends, you're making excuses for them, or you're not even putting the hours that they have. So the third one that he's talking about, I wrote on the ministry like chain. It was a chain. I was trying to respond to the Senate, and I did not look at the CC. I did not look at the CC. But when he was trying to tell me that, he said I should take down. those are the tone of voice Kai use. And this is not just me, like even outside of here, Kai is rude and controlling to people. It's not just me that is complaining that. And sometimes I disagree with him, but I don't have nothing against him on a personal basis. Like I tell him that I am against your opinion, or I am challenging what you're doing, or this is not right. This is how you should go about it, but not personally attacking him. So that chain, I realized that it was CC. Afterwards, that Cole sat with me. Cole, you can testify that I sat with you and Kai. You find us screaming yelling at each other at the office. That's the time you interviewed. And then that's the time I really know what was going on. And then that's the time I sent an email and I apologized. These are all stuff that you and Kai has talked about and addressed already. For him to bring it back, I felt like he's taking his personal issue he has with me to bring this up. So the other fourth one is like he said I was being rude to that speaker that was like here. And I know that for a fact that people in the Senate has come one or twice, three, telling me that they admire the questions I asked because they're very valuable and it reflects all the students here. That day I was talking about the student scholarship and I have never been rude to anyone. You guys saw Dr. Danielle. I was talking nicely and respectful. And every speaker who's been here, like Dr. Kidd, all those they are my professors, so I know them personally. I've never ever been rude to anyone on this Senate. The only person I have issue with is Kai, and this has been going on since last year, and I've tried to resolve it, but it has come out of hands, and now he's trying to use the Senate to punish me. That's how I see it, and these are things that we could sit and take care of. Because otherwise, I have no problem with nobody. I've never been rude to no one. Every Senate here do have some late hours, some accumulated hours, but sometimes we voice out things. Maybe the way I communicate with her, we don't understand each other, and then we need some intervals or intervention. But I don't mean any harm to anyone. I honestly think that putting this bill, like I could put a bill through and bring the emails that he has sent me, and you see how overwhelming it can be, how it's like he's provoking me. I've ignored Kai for the last 3 weeks, and I've pointed out that those things to Cole, that Kai is being sending me emails for me to react. I'm not gonna react. I'm just gonna leave him alone. I'm just gonna ignore him. That's what I decided, just to iron this out with him, like to just leave it alone. Because I don't like drama, I don't like problems. And I did not come to this Senate. I've been in the Senate since 2022, December. I have no issues with nobody. I have never been rude to no one. And I don't have the intention even to do that. All I wanted is just for everyone to be treated equally and fairly, and for all of us to grow as a team. That's all that I ask. That's all that I ever emphasize. Well, that's all I can say for like. Let me see. For the last part, this number 6. It's the same thing. I was talking about my points, wanted my points to be fixed, and I kept, asking for help through for Hassan. I did ask who else? I was avoiding Kai. Of course, I didn't ask him no question. I was asking Yulon, and Yulon, you explained that he could take care of some points, and Paul pointed out that there are definitely some points that needs to be addressed and corrected. Kai admitted to some of it too. So from 4.0, it went down to 2.65. So that was my whole point, that I have done some things, like I'm not perfect, but these ones were wrong. That was what I was stating. So being late for my meeting on the 10th, I was still trying to get my hours fixed. And I reached out to Hassan on my phone that day to meet up with Hassan and Cole because Elon said he was busy. So I went to the South Campus because I am involved in the other clubs in the school. And I was doing volunteering and what's the name of that lady that's in charge of the student life volunteer? We were doing blankets, so that's the reason why I was late a little bit because I told Hassan that I was driving from there. It wasn't scheduled me ahead of time. It was just like for the few hours that I was away. That's why I was telling Hassan that I want to meet with him at this certain time, but I was driving from the South Campus. It wasn't my intention to be late. And number 4, like I was saying, if we have issues personally that we could talk about apart from being in the Senate, it's more appropriate than attacking each other. Pulling and if we could avoid the use of email, because not just me, people have experienced that we communicate better, especially me, like when we sit down and talk rather than using emails. So that's all I have to say. It's just like I have my own issues, like Kai wrote that this is things I do. I have things that Kai have did to me, like shut off my email, like asked me in London to step out of the Senate office because he's discussing other stuff there. Kai has stopped with his friends before, like behind my back, talking about me, making me feel like I'm not even.
I'm gonna bring this on back. We're talking about things just affiliated with the bill. I just want to be clear with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying like all of these things is just from my points to me and disagreeing with Kai that's why he created this bill. I feel like he's attacking me. I feel humiliated because he could have talked to me like before even drafting this bill because we had misunderstanding. We really had like big, huge misunderstandings. And the other thing is like Cole and I have sat and talked about this thing and it all was resolved. It all was resolved. For Kai to bring it in, it's like, for me, he's trying to take the personal issues we have to the Senate. And it's not fair. Going forward, when he puts this bill and I bring my own bill to things he has done to me, it's just like it's going to escalate to other Senate writing bills, because you have issue with someone instead of trying to fix it. That's all I have to say.
So one thing I want to be clear, we were going to that path and I just want to reinforce it. The discussion today is upon the topics that are described within the bill. Anything that is not stated within that bill is not up for this discussion. So we're specifically looking at the points that were made within that bill. So I just want to be clear. This is an important topic, so I know that we are approaching time. However, we will end discussion today when discussion seems to have naturally ended. And then we can always pick up discussion as we enter back into next week, as this will remain open. With that, discussion can continue. I turn, President Brito.
Yeah, I'd just like to share my screen and read an email out. So this is an email that I wrote on August 12th. So it's no secret that me and Maggie don't have the best relationship, but this is what I wrote to Cole on August 12th.
Maybe I'll come to you second. It's Kai's point to make discussion. I'll come to you next.
Hi, Cole. As much as I do agree that we need to have standards that people should meet, I think Maggie has always been a unique case for helping to get her to do ours. If she actually was there, so this is referencing whether or not she was there during a meeting in which I was gone in Kenya. So I replied while I was in Kenya during an outage that she said happened that prevented her from coming to it. So this is what I said in her defense. I think that should be made very clear. If she was actually there, I think we should award her for doing hours of work. I have retroactively turned back left early on attendance once we learned more about the situation. And for my research, obviously I wasn't there, I was in Kenya, seemed to be a tornado warning issued in some areas of Maine County. So it seems like there could be merit, even if it's not true. My point is that we should try to give the benefit of the doubt when we can. And if she actually did those hours, then maybe if she agrees to sitting down with you and logging hours together as a tutorial, then maybe you can give her credit. Then you know for sure that she knows how to do it for the future. Remember, the point is to make sure she does hours, and then she knows how to enter them for Senate work. Maggie and I have an interesting relationship, so you can handle it from there. It's always in my viewpoint that I should advocate on behalf of students and their interests. So whether or not it has to do with a person that I may not like personally, I always have integrity, and I make sure to give them the fair and honest and balanced take that perhaps we should give people the benefit of the doubt. But that benefit of the doubt only goes so far. I also want to point out that during the fall in October, me and Ohio, I was driving Ohio home, and Maggie actually approached me asking for a ride home to the mechanics. And we actually did. I said, you know what, Maggie, I'll give you a ride. And we don't have the best relationship, but she did get into my car and we brought her to the mechanic, which was, you know, far away from where Ohio lives. But we went and I drove her to the mechanic, dropped her off. She gave me some food. And, you know, I thought maybe our relationship would be better from there. But then obviously all the things happened in the bill. And that is what brought me to the point of my position is president of Student Senate, and we have to hold everyone to the same standard. So despite the fact that I might want to believe that someone has the ability to get better, I have to look at the facts. I have to look at the attendance records. I have to look at what they're saying, how they're treating not just me, but other people. And ultimately, it was how I've seen Senator Juf treat other people that caused me to write this bill. So that's what the intention was behind this. And some of the information released back into it can be verified by Cole, other members of Senate, other staff members, and obviously us to ourselves. But if you don't believe us, then hopefully you'll believe the information that I've provided. Thank you.
Senator Juf?
I want to come back to the same thing I was saying. I have absolutely, and I think most of these allegations are just untrue. Being that Kai really wants to get rid of me because I challenge him. I'm the only one that opposed to some of the ideas he had. And that is not because I have anything against him, because I have personally, just last week, I have taken a cupcake and given to Kai. I have stances that he has made points, and I said it's true. Like I admit to the points he makes. So I have nothing absolutely against nobody, and I have never ever being rude to anyone on this Senate. People can come forward if I've ever done it. And then if I was rude to any staff, I would be getting emails from other people, and I have never ever. People warm up to me. Sometimes people even, some of these people on the Senate even recommend me, like that I ask the right question and I'm always fully participating. And a person like Senator Jose, he did tell me that I always participate and ask the right questions before. So I've never had anybody say nothing negative against me. The only person I have issue with is Kai, and I do accept that we don't see eye to eye on things, and it's okay. But I have nothing like of hatred or dislike Kai. I wouldn't say that. I would just say we disagree to agree.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to extend the time by 5 minutes.
By 5 minutes?
The whole meeting?
Like beyond the meeting?
So you want to extend the meeting?
Yeah.
The discussion will end naturally, so you want to extend the meeting? Yeah, we can.
Anyone can leave past 6:32
Yeah,
if they
well,
want to.
we will continue. Like I said, this conversation will naturally end because we will pick it up next week. So I just wanted to clear that, but I appreciate you asking that question. But yeah, if individuals are to leave at 6:30, that is upon them, but we will continue until this is ended, and then we will make the formal motion to end. Thank you. Do you have something as well?
I don't know if somebody going.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Okay, appreciate that. Okay. Did you have me?
Okay. I don't know.
Can I clarify this? You can also ask questions. I should state that it's a discussion, but if you have questions about the bill specifically, you can ask that as it's related to it. I was hoping that was kind of natural, but I just want to make sure I'm being very clear with that. Sorry, maybe Hashmi, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start by first making, I don't know, it's a not appropriate joke, but I don't know if they were married. Because I think, this is like a 2-year problem that we're having here. When I run for this position, or I guess when I was elected, Advisor Sean previously have told me that one of the things, or one of your jobs is in the Senate to keep the Senate together. The last 3 weeks, 50% of my conversation in the Senate were Maggie, and the other 50% were Senate, like literally. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I see a problem here, which is a communication problem. We're having miscommunication from each side. She said some solutions, Kai said some solutions about how to communicate better. I wish we spent our time in better situation or better bills by just Dr. Danielle said last week. Keep thinking about it, undocumented student. I wish we had an undocumented student that we could hear that for 1 hour instead of just hearing 2 people who are arguing from last year. I think we need to do better in communication here in the Senate. A whole chain of email doesn't resolve. It's better if we sit down, and we had problems with sitting down, even not coming on time or leaving too early. But I think if we sit down physically, face to face, and fix this problem, it's much better than making a 20 long email chain that for me, even it's hard to read what's going on because I have a midterm tomorrow, for example. I think we need to do better in communication. I'm not going to repeat this again, but that's my word here.
Senator Crowder?
I just wanted to say, I appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
I would like to remind people that I was on site last year when all of this started, and a number of attempts occurred for face-to-face communication, including in our meetings, and it was not pretty. Those recordings are online. I can't pick out the specific ones. But it was pretty bad, and it leaned one way more than the other. The other thing I wanted to say is that I know a lot of people may not think the same way that I do, but when we have situations that affect multiple people within the Senate, that's just like another form of workplace trauma, except we're a committee. You know, we take that in and we take it home and we take it into the other things that we're trying to do. I don't want to take it in and take it home anymore. That's why I supported this bill. Thank you.
The floor is open. Sorry, I'm looking over to see if anybody is trying to approach online. 1 second. Okay, none. Senator Jude.
Right now, I am trying to open this right now to the Senate here to ask me questions if they have any question personally about this, like these things that we were discussing, the back and forth emails and stuff. But me personally, I have just said these things have caused me like a lot of stress, because it's obviously I did not come to the Senate here to be arguing with anyone or having anything like bad here. And I don't wish to see anybody leave Senate in that manner, like, you know, not feeling fulfilled. So for me and Kai to have issues and then it's taken in a form of bill, I just think it's unnecessary, because I can do the same thing, but I've always shed light on things that are going on between me and Kai, like in the meetings I have with you, or I emailed you to tell you what's going on. And like I said, to fix it, I've decided not to reply to Kai's message. For the last 2 weeks, I've never return none of his email because I don't want the chain to continue. So I want to learn from what's been happening to fix it. You understand? Because I don't want to have bad between anybody or even have like that problem going on. So that's how I choose to fix it. That's the statement I'm gonna have.
Senator Villarreal.
Yeah, but reading Kai's email, doesn't seem like he gave you the benefit of the doubt. Do you think he was sincere when he wrote that email to Advisor Cole?
Which email are you talking about?
The email where he,
Email you just read out loud that you shared up on the screen.
I mean,
it was a personal email between him and Cole.
that's what I said. I said, it's not every time that we don't see eye to eye. It's like situations that he stated something and I agree. You understand? So, but there was a time that, for example, there is an email that it was sent that Kai was giving out like maybe an order like that if we senators don't act a certain way, we're gonna get like punished for something. And it was a long time. I have to look that and maybe.
Is this relevant to the bill?
I would like to fact check on that.
Point of order.
No, let me
I just
finish.
call point of order. We're supposed to be discussing the charges.
No,
of the
I'm
bill.
just trying to say just one thing. I'm not saying,
Point of order.
yeah,
Yes, it has to be related to the bill. We cannot pull from
yeah.
other communications. What
No, wait.
conversation has had up to this point was in response to you stating, here's how our communication has been.
Yeah.
Individuals responding.
But let me just give you, I'm just trying to give an
You
example.
can't give us an example, Maggie,
No.
because it's not stated in the bill.
Okay, let me just talk about this, this instance.
I'm gonna be paying attention in case.
This instance, let me talk about this instance, like, when,
Which instance are you referencing from the bill?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so from the bill, what
Like-
point are you,
Like when Kai was talking about the military, like the chain I was trying to reply to and didn't see the CC with the military people.
okay,
You know, when he said, take it down, and I said, Kai, stop ordering me, like, I'm trying to state a point. Afterwards, when he came to talk to me, and I said, Kai, it's the way you talk to me. It's the way you talk. You are always, I think you always will when you talk to me. I mean, if you're trying to put a point across, like, in a certain way, I will listen and I will understand, because sometimes I don't even understand what you're saying, and then the tone of where you come from, like, it's kind of aggressive. So when we were arguing and then you came in, when you spoke, when you asked us to be quiet, because there are times that you said the chain, we should stop replying to each other, and then you intervened. A couple of times you have done that. When you explained really what happened, that's the time I understand exactly that it wasn't just an email just for the 25 student members, but other people were there, and those people are part of the veterans. And that's the time I sat down and I emailed and I apologized because I didn't know that was what was Kai saying, because Kai was telling me, take down your email, and I was trying to respond. I was trying to respond to something that he wrote. That's what I'm saying. So it's not like I am attacking Kai on things that he pointed out, but it's like the way he brings the message to me and how he sounds. I don't usually understand him, and then he's being rude, like addressing such things that if versus if you bring it and the way you talk to me, and because I'm from a different background and I don't understand certain things, I understand it better than what he wrote on the email. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not against whatever he does, because there's certain things I would, like he said, he gave me a right, I asked for a right, and then I gave him food. So it's not like I have anything against him personally. I do understand him when he talks to me in person versus when he's talking to me, like sending emails, and the way he sounds. And sometimes when he is trying to tell me to be like when he rudely interrupt me, is when I tell him, Kai, allow me to talk. Allow me to finish what I'm saying. I'm not being rude back. Like, I am not trying to attack him or to retaliate, but I feel like he's the one that does that a lot. So that's my whole point.
President Brito?
Thank you. I'd just like to share the email that she's talking about. so that we can, everyone see how I responded. So this is Maggie's email. You can see here that she included Rebecca Crandall from Rise, Cruz, Hannah, Alex Schlender, Caleb Lerman, and Kodia Kessel from the Veterans Club. And this is where she said along the lines of, let's see, we're a team. It's not a one-man show or friendship. One-side group things discussed about the Senate should be shared with everyone. Somewhere in here, she says, this is not the military, sending it to the Veterans Club and citing that we're not the military. I wonder, it makes me wonder whether or not this was intentional.
No, it was
So
never
I'm
intentional.
speaking, I'm speaking.
Yeah, hold on one second. President Brito has the floor, and then we can refer back. I want to give everyone the point for discussion.
So it makes me wonder whether it was intentional. I
It was
hope,
never intentional.
please let me speak here. I let you
Thank
speak.
you, please. Thank you.
So it makes me wonder whether this was intentional. I would like to believe that she has the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't, but the fact that it was on the Military Veterans Club, it does make me question that. What I would like to say in response, how I responded was, hello, Senator Juf. This email is an appropriate use of Senate communications, and Advisor Kelly Coteau and I will be following up with you individually regarding proper email etiquette. Regarding your complaints about the rules of Senate, let me be clear about the specific attendance policy now. There's the article section, blah, blah, blah. Late arrival constitutes arriving after the roll call is finished. This rule is not mine, rather it's written to the Constitution and bylaws of our organization. If you'd like to change the rules, and you're free to write a bill to bring forward to Student Senate during a General Assembly meeting, that's the process for changing the rules. It's been the same since last year. As you mentioned, we have bylaws and rules, and I'm perfectly enforcing the rules as they're currently written. That is all I sent to her. I personally don't think that's rude. I personally think it's quite professional. It's to the point, and that's exactly how I responded. You'll see here, I responded again with my apologies to everyone. I put the guidance to the rules in order to remain in compliance with the Senate Open Meetings Law, blah, blah, blah. It's not up for debate. It's Wisconsin state law, so there'll be no further discussions on the matter. You can read the guidance entirely if you'd like. I've attached the email, so that's everything that's ongoing there that I followed up with. And then this is her response. This right here don't mean nothings and mean not Wisconsin government. This right here did not change the fact that we as a group have to agree how to run our Senate meeting like we used to do it. We don't want people to be driving on the road and turning the cameras or at work. We have work rules that can convenient our members of Senate, and how can we work as a group to be collectively successful? This Senate group before us used to follow guidelines and rules that works for everyone, and that is what we're going to do. And then Cole said, please stop responding to Shane.
So I want to
And
make
I
a point
stopped.
of order here because I see confusion on people's faces. Let me be clear. The response that was received to this email was to a completely separate email. So if you're seeing some people look at me as like, how is this anywhere related? I'm just being clear. Maggie's response to this was to a separate email that was sent out regarding having your camera on during our General Assembly meetings. Some people are looking at how does this even play into it? And because I'm being brought into it, I'm making that point of order just explicitly clear right now that this email response stems from a separate email that was not related to this. So just putting that out there to be clear.
Yeah, it was all in the chain. That's all part of the
So
chain.
that's fine. I'm just saying.
Yep. Yep, so that's everything. And then once Cole said, please stop responding, Margaret responded. It was just to say my apologies, thank you, but he did say do not respond, and then she responded despite the fact he said don't respond. So that's what I have to say.
Done. So Senator Juf, I'm going to give you the point, and then Senator Real has something as well.
Yes. Like I stated, I did not see that was CC reply from the 9/11 because I was volunteering at the 9/11. So obviously when I use the military voice, it's like the way Carl was ordering me to take stuff down, and I was trying to see what I've done. Like I was stating, I was replying to the email he sent. So that's why I use that military voice, but I didn't see that it was CC to those people. Honest to God, like I just use it. I just use the military style, telling Chikai that you treating me like you're in a military, like giving commands, like instead of talking to me like in a project way, but you were commanding me to do stuff. So that's what I was referring to. So I never intentionally mean to send that to those other people that were CCs. I didn't even see that. I was trying to reply to the 24, 25 Senate members.
Or guys, if you need to leave, you can leave. Y'all been chilling here. I appreciate that, but you can go. I'm sorry that you're excited for this. We go overtime if you have stuff you have to do. By all means, you can. So I just want to be clear. So there's some like, I apologize. looking, I have nothing from online, so Senator Villarreal is next, and after Senator Villarreal is VP Hashmi, after VP Hashmi is Senator Crowder. Villarreal, the floor is yours.
Yeah, the question is, regarding section 1, number 10. On Thursday, November 7th, 2024, requesting a meeting with Advisor Cole and Vice President Tao and Vice President Hassan. You were late half an hour to your own meeting. Can you explain why?
Yes, I volunteered, for the blanket, for the, winter blanket that I am part of the Wolfpack Connect volunteer. So we were doing blankets that we have to donate to the people in this cold winter. So when I signed up, I thought it was here. So it was later on that I realized it's at the South Campus. So after talking to Hassan on the phone, like texting him saying, I still want to meet with you and advise a call because Yulon is busy. He cannot attend. But I'm driving like from the south side. I'm gonna be a little bit late. And I was what, 10, not 30 minutes. It was 10.
It was closer to 30 because I was about to leave because we had said
It
1:30 to 2. And it was because
Yeah.
I had another meeting that kicked off at 2:15. I pushed it back for the 2:30 because I didn't want to.
Yeah, because I was driving from there like maybe 30 minutes late, but I did tell Hassan that I thought the event was here, and I even told that lady, what's her name again, Scarlett, that when I was signing up for volunteer, I was thinking it's Truex, not Goldman Center. And I do volunteer for Wolfpack Connect, so.
VP Hashmi?
Okay, well, I'm gonna start with a joke to set the tone down. If we had a GA meeting, I would just put them in Kai and Maggie in a separate room for today. Or if we're gonna discuss about this next week, we're gonna put them in a separate room for another GA. There's gonna be 2 GAs on the same time. Okay.
Must be a joke.
So continue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What's it called? Yeah, so I think again here, I'm not defending anyone here, but I just want to clarify. I come from a different country, different culture, and literally this is my second, almost third year in America. Like she said in number 4 that I told Senator or VP Tao that step down. I think it's horrible things to say. Or she said in number 2, Dr. or Brian Woodhood. I guess the tone got aggressive there. In my culture, in my country, I want to say when we speak in a tone that we don't mean it literally, but we mean it like you need to do a better job. Like one example, I speak to our governor in my country, I tell them, you're not doing your job, you need to step down. Otherwise, if you need to be in this position, you need to do a better job. I think we are having, again, a communication and a culture. Sorry, you want to say something? You're having a problem here with communicating with different cultures. She's from a different culture. I think it's America's new for her. I am from a different culture. Communicating here, if you were in China right now and you want to communicate in China's GA, it would be really hard for you to communicate there because they don't understand you and we don't understand. I'm not trying to be here on side or disrespect another side, but I want to just be fair to everyone. That this is a challenge that I face every day being in America, that it's hard for me to communicate. And people don't understand me. The other side doesn't understand me.
So currently my queue, I have Senator Crowder, President Brito, Senator Juf, and then we begin to look at time as well. So Senator Crowder, the floor is yours first.
So
You can put your hands down. I know who's in the queue next. So it's Senator Crowder, President Brito, Senator Juf. That is my queue. I'm aware of that. Thank you. Senator Crowder.
So I just pulled up Senator Juice's email in regards to a response in regards to the bill. That email has very clear, concise information in it, which gives me the impression that Senator Juice.
Point of order. This is not relevant to the bill at hand for the topics that we're discussing, unfortunately.
It actually is because it's a response to the bill.
It is a response to the bill.
This is the response to the bill that Senator Juice sent. And I'm just pointing out that a lot of the discussion right now is that there's potentially a lack of understanding. I don't feel like it's appropriate to ask Senator Jewett how long she's lived in America, so I'm not gonna ask that question. I'm using the evidence at hand, and when I read this email, it's very clear and concise. Thank you.
Okay, President Brito?
Yes, I would just like to share, so I want to give everyone full context of what was actually said in that email. And I think from there, you will see, I don't think it's a joke. I think that she meant it. I don't think I think that's a very wishful thinking to suggest that it was a joke that you should step down.
I didn't say it's a joke.
No,
I
I
said
didn't
it's
say
a
it's
horrible
a joke.
Point of order.
Nobody said it's
Point
a
So,
joke.
hold on, I have the
You
chance,
don't understand, you don't.
I have a
understand
chance to
people.
speak here.
Okay,
Nobody didn't say.
I have a
it's
chance to
joke.
speak here
yes, the floor is President Brito.
I have not
Everybody
interrupted
has the ability to
anyone.
have discussion.
during there.
When President Brito is finished, Senator Jewett, the floor is yours. We open this up for discussion. We're abiding by this process. President Brito, Hashmi, you will be after Senator Jewett.
I think it's inaccurate to suggest that it's a joke, that someone should step down, especially when this was the email that was written. Elon, I know you don't meet up with me to correct my hours and less, but I still have questions pertaining to my hours, and I was never late for a meeting for 20 minutes. Your all meeting schedule were to confirm by Hassan and the inattentive meeting my camera had issue, and that was supposed adjusted, and 2 other times I saw us put late and early leaving. This is your position and responsibility. That is why I wanted to meet with you and fix it. If you think things are overwhelmingly for you, I would advise you step down from your position and let someone else answer me or help me out. Some saw some hours put in for me that were incorrect, and I'm sorry, it's hard to read. Hassan has confirmed it. If Kai was the one giving the hours you put it, then he is wrong, and I will still meet with Hassan, Cole, and Kai. I stand by. I have valid reasons for some of the minutes put in, and I feel like that just kind of gets to the point where I don't think that's a joke. I think that this person felt that way about it, and then you'll see here, I responded normally. Hello, everyone. Yes, I've changed the absence to late leaving. Social literacy, I have a point now. I did remember that she actually attended for 20 minutes, so I will vouch for that because me and Hassan talked about it, and it was questioned whether she was there for 5 or 30, and we looked it up, and it was 20. So that's it. Then I responded, Maggie, your message is very disrespectful to Yilong, and I suggest you apologize to him. Cole will follow up with you, and I will no longer reply to this thread. Then Maggie responds, you're the disrespectful one here causing all this trouble and confusion. I need my corrections done tomorrow. I was late for the last LA meeting. I won't apologize to Yilong and stop using him causing all this drama. That doesn't sound like, let me read the rest. The Senate is not a one-man show. You done own this, Senate Kai. Stop putting word in wrong hours for me. And that was the response to me telling her that she should apologize to someone. And this isn't me. This is someone else. That doesn't sound like someone who was making a joke about it, who was trying to friendly tell someone and build a relationship with them. This sounds like someone who was upset about it and made a reaction. And when I said to apologize, clearly she said that she won't apologize and that there was nothing wrong there. But I don't think that's the case. I think it was quite disrespectful. And I think honestly, we should let the people who felt disrespected against, let them have a chance to say how they felt about it and how that affected them throughout the week. Because I think that if we asked some of the people that have been wronged by Senator Jewett, I think that they
Who
would
did I
agree.
wrong? Let them.
No, let me finish.
Let them speak.
I am just about to be
President
finished
Brito
here.
is not finished yet.
I am
Floor is
just
still
about to
his.
be finished here. I have not interrupted you.
Nope.
You just manipulated.
The
the-
floor
I
is
have
his,
not.
Senator Jewett. Your turn is next.
Yes, so
Please.
that's what I have to say here.
Senator Jewett, the floor is yours.
Okay, coming back to that email. I saw Yulon down the hallway, and I've asked Yulon about my hours, and Yulon couldn't answer me, apart from the email that I sent him. And another senator has issues with her hours and came to Yulon because we think that it's Yulon that is putting in these hours, and he's responsible for that. And Elon has told me he has papers or whatever work he was doing. That was the reason. I didn't mean to like be rude or anything because I was just frustrated that I need my hours fixed. And I was trying to tell him that if he could answer those questions, or he has so many things going on, like he could give his position to someone else, because I've seen that in a pattern of me trying to ask question about the position for Yulan, like he has said it's Kai, it's Kai, it's Kai, it's Kai. It's Kai who put them in, it's Kai who did this. So I was questioning what is Yulan doing exactly. So that's why I wrote that. I don't mean to be rude. And when Kai tried to, being that the case that he was the one that put those hours in, trying to talk to me and telling me that I should apologize to Elon, it was the same thing. I am direct when I speak. I am direct because that's the way I talk. It doesn't matter how many years I've been in the US, but I still have my people here. I have my community. We speak different. We understand things different. Kai, not just me, but people in the faculty and administration have said when he talks, he has this tone of rude voice. And these things he said about me, I've shown people this email. I've shown these people because I have concern that Kyle was personally attacking me, putting a bill in my name because he has issues that he didn't address with me. And the people at the administration told me pacifically that this is rude. And this is Kyle, when he goes to town hall and he's trying to ask questions, he's rude to them. He doesn't.
Point of order. We're
not-
now varying from the topic at hand here.
Well, I'm coming back to the email. What he said that I do, I think he's the one that does that because the way he talks to me, some of the time I don't understand because he used like the tone of voice like he's ordering me or he's trying to control me. And I think right now he's using his power as a president to remove me from the Senate. That's what I think. And all of these things, the way Guy manipulated the whole emails, it's like he has issues with me that he didn't address. And I feel that way too. And I stopped replying to his email just to avoid anything escalating or any more further miscommunication or I just stopped communicating. And I've addressed that and I've talked to Cole about it. Everything that I have issue with that is here, we and Cole have talked about it. And I personally went back to Yilon knowing that it was Kai that put in those hours and apologized to him. And Yilon has replied. There's an email, I can send it later on, that he accepted my apology. So why is Kai using that against me again? I have all of these things that happen right here. I have apologized. I have talked and understand Cole because Cole has a tone that he talks to me that I understand better than Kai. So we have passed this. For Kai to bring it back, we have passed and addressed all of these things. I think it's a personal attack. He wants me removed.
Okay, we're going VP Hashmi.
Yeah, I
and
just
then
have
We are
It's
almost 30 minutes over time, so I'm being very.
quick thing to say that I never say it's a joke. I said it's a very horrible thing. But if somebody told me or Advisor Cole told me, and please I don't mean that. You need to do better in your committee or otherwise you need to step down. I would take this as a feedback to me. So I'm not saying I'm not saying that thing a joke. I'm saying it as something that she said as a horrible thing. And I agree with Kai here that it's a horrible thing to say. But cultural wise, for me, I don't care because if I need to do better, otherwise I need to step down. I will do better in this committee because I want to be in this committee.
Let me be clear, I've never said that.
Sorry?
Let me be clear, I've never said that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Okay, I know, I see what you're saying.
I said, don't get it personally.
There are times that people.
Hold on, that's
No,
not
the floor is, nope, the next person up in the queue is Senator Crowder. Had their hand up, floor is yours.
Just one clarification, this discussion keeps going and then it can also keep going. We can also discuss in the following meeting.
That is correct.
So I know I can't make a motion or anything, but I am leaving. I have a child that needs to get home. I live an hour away. I don't know if anyone else would like to end this meeting.
Yeah, can I say one thing? And this is helpful for you too. I would just like to say, I think we should all, if you make a statement, I would like to see, you could please provide evidence with the emails next time you have a week. Like, I think you should work with Cole and talk about what emails specifically are issues. I think you should talk to other people around and, talk with them and about this issue because now it's out there. And this is the chance for us to improve. So whatever happens at the end of this, I'm sure that we'll all have to come to some sort of agreement. So please come with emails, come with records, receipts, evidence, facts, pieces of paper, anything like that. I think that'd be good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn back over to President Reader to close out.
Yeah, motion to adjourn. I would entertain that.
I second.
Sure, motion from Son, second from that. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Yeah, all those opposed, say nay.
Aye.
Okay, we're done here. Thank you very much. Meeting concluded at 7 p.m. Extra 30 minutes. That we actually did this time.